Hey everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And we have information about Deadpool. We have the internet reacting to some hilarious shit. We have great news coming out of the Power Rangers reboot movie, a ton of other stuff, including Star Wars making a boatload of cash, as we knew they were going to. But let's just jump into the first bit of news. Deadpool. Deadpool's so close to coming out. It comes out on, what, the 12th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have like a week for until it comes out in theaters. We're obviously going to go see the midnight premiere of it. Everybody who has been fortunate enough to actually see this already due to fan events and whatnot before the official release have all been saying this thing is freaking amazing. I'm going to go see it multiple times in theaters.
A lot of people saying it's like the best Marvel movie to date. I think we talked about that on the last episode.
So it's one of those I'm like, oh, I can't wait. It needs to happen soon. But the marketing team behind this has been insane already.
Well, I think we need to address the elephant on the table.
Yeah, speaking of marketing stuff.
Just because, as random as Deadpool is, it doesn't help the fact there's Mike's Hard Lemonade versions of Deadpool drinks. I believe there's about 8 in total.
Yeah, that one's the...
this is strawberry lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade, black cherry lemonade.
There's cranberry lemonade's the other one we have here. There's the regular Mike's Hard Lemonade. There's one called Tiger
Blood, yeah.
I believe they're all just general Mike's Hard Lemonade flavors.
Right.
But there's different designs. And by different designs, I mean it's just different close-ups of Deadpool.
Which I'm perfectly fine with.
Yeah. I mean, I got pretty drunk the other day because I made the bright idea to buy as many as I can. And I think I drank about 5 of these things. Yeah, I drank...
They're 8%, so I mean, it's nothing really, you know...
Sorry. Yeah, no, I drank 4 of them, but one of them was like the big boy cans.
Ah.
Because that's what they had for some reason. Like, they didn't have these regular-sized ones. Got drunk, watched Lesbian Vampire Killers again, which was...
Good times.
Yeah. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, the strawberry ones aren't very good. Black cherry's not too bad.
Man, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Good God, that is sweet. I need something... Redbreast.
Here, move it this way. Out of all the ones I had, I believe that the cranberry one was my favorite.
All right, cranberry.
Yeah, you're going into this blind. That's the worst part. It's like, oh, I've already experienced it all.
Yeah, it's not as sweet as...
Oh, they're all basically
cherry.
like drinking soda, where it's like, oh man, that's... But it's, you know...
It's Deadpool, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention all the other Deadpool stuff that we keep seeing, like the usual stuff we keep seeing. I mean, come on, I was surprised when they re-released the Deadpool video game for the next-gen consoles.
Mm-hmm. The game itself, the gameplay wasn't the greatest.
No, it's mediocre. It's like, do you want Deadpool jokes for, like, 5 hours?
But the dialogue, jokes, those were just so spot on. I played through it 2 or 3 times just to enjoy it again. I still have it for PS3, and I picked it up for Steam for the PC. Played it numerous times, and I'll probably play it again before the movie comes out.
You know, when you're getting old, you just refer to it as the PC.
Meh.
You're throwing the word "the" in front of things now. Come on, Sunco's video.
Jesus, fuck you. But yeah, so Deadpool is going everywhere. Not only do you have, tie-ins for everything from drinks to, I'm sure there's probably some TV microwave meals out there that has his logo on it.
Look into that. He should get a box cereal. No, Batman, Superman, he should have a box cereal.
Batman, Superman had their cereal. They're
Jess,
god
you
awful.
often find this stuff. Is there one? Damn it. There was the fan-made Lego sets.
Yep.
Which was pretty fucking hilarious.
But the product tie-in aside, just the stuff they've been doing for like these little video clips and whatnot they're throwing all over.
Ryan Reynolds is just loving it.
Oh God! Ever since he stole a suit from the set, I'm like, the number of videos you have released of you in the suit acting as Deadpool and out in the public. No, you
stole it, got caught, and you're like, I'm gonna use it for marketing. How much marketing? How
all
much
the
do
marketing.
I have to do to not get in trouble for stealing a suit?
Well, it was funny. There was an article that came out recently. Ben Affleck was talking about he wanted to get a copy, a duplicate of his suit,
he wanted
the
to take one of the bat suits,
and they asked how much would it cost. He said, about $100,000. I'm just gonna take a picture. I'm good.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, they didn't know until like a week later.
Yeah. And of course, then there was the Halloween video with him with all the little kids. That was hilarious. Now he's on this press tour all over the world. He's going freaking crazy. Not only with doing, surprise visits to all these fan events.
The one with the K-pop star?
Yep. All the different Deadpool commercials and whatnot. There was the K-pop one. This latest one is with him with Manchester United. Pretty much the entire team is involved with this
These
commercial.
kids playing the foosball. I will just leave it at that.
Sports ball, kick the puck into the basket. Yes, there we go.
Yes. And the cool part is it ends with him waking up and it's a dream, and he's like fucking balls deep and just cuddling with a Wolverine action figure.
That was great.
It's going to be very interesting. I know they've got more coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I think you and I had both expressed intrigue by the Deadpool taking over Comedy Central, Spike TV, VH1, and MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss one?
No, it's all of them. He's going to take over all the ads, all the marketing for these 4 channels for 3 hours. As of today, they just started airing commercials saying this is happening. The trailer for the takeover. Mm-hmm. And it's literally going to be nothing but Deadpool trailers the entire time. Trailers, commercials, one-offs, all of it.
But what I am wondering, though, is how much they had to pay for that. Because on the one hand, they're getting promotion for Deadpool. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you're going to get a bunch of nerds to watch television, something that they don't do.
Well, they're even turning some of the scheduling around. I think it's probably it's one of the channels is actually going to be airing episodes of the Golden Girls to showcase that, and that's one of the things.
I'm hoping it's like Spike TV.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because if anyone can take this joke, it's probably Spike TV.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Maybe Comedy Central, but mostly Spike TV.
Well, Comedy Central, they have Deadpool hosting or his dedicated segment with At Midnight. Yeah. He's going to show up on an episode of Teen Mom. That's the most random one I can think of. Social media-wise, of course, you have Facebook, Twitter. They created their own memes. They've created a URL spam link that you can create your own link to people.
Spam bot.
Hell, they even created a Tinder account that you can swipe right. And it's horrible. It is all over the place. We're about a week away, so the amount of money they're throwing into this movie has to be at least 4 or 5 times the amount they use for the production of the said movie.
I have no idea, but they're throwing everything out there.
But I think it's for the best. Once they've actually realized you have diehard fans who are willing to do everything that's necessary to make this work, they are realizing the fans are actually enjoying everything. They're participating with all the hype and the marketing. It's basically hyping itself at this point. Hence, we're here talking about it right now. That's all going to lead to hopefully big numbers in the box office because one Marvel movie rated R. If this
weekend,
if this does well, I can only imagine this could open up the floodgates for other stuff.
Oh yeah.
This will definitely be Fox going, well, Deadpool will probably be our tentpole franchise. We're going to go out of here because
that'd be so weird.
But imagine all the tie-ins.
Just not even that the dark horse that it is.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men's not that as okay. I mean, it's probably not as big as a moneymaker as they'd like.
Right.
Fantastic Four basically just took a shit on itself.
Which we'll get to in a moment.
And now you have Deadpool, the one no one really saw coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember, they didn't have much faith in it. It wasn't
until they didn't.
It was leaked.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, maybe there is interest in this. Maybe we should get around to doing this. All nerds and everyone lost their shit. It's like, yeah. And they're like, all right, well, I guess we'll make it.
And I can't wait for it. So we'll find out next week. We'll have our review of the movie, as well as probably by that time we'll probably see it a few times in the theaters.
Possibly. I know. I'll definitely see it at least the one time.
If it turns out to be as good as all the hype is making it turn out to be, then yeah, I'll see this probably as many times as not more times that I've seen Star Wars in theaters.
I see that being doable.
Yeah. So, does anyone still have to drink the Mike's Harder?
Just drink it. It's not too bad.
Okay.
But yeah, we did kind of mention it earlier. The Star Wars, if you will.
Yeah. So we've already known they've been making tons of money and they're breaking records left, right, and center. But they're now hitting some bigger milestones. They came out just recently and said, as of I think today, at the end of today, they're going to be hitting $900 million plus domestically, which I believe is the first movie to do that domestically here in the United States. And by the end of this weekend, they're going to hit the 2 billion mark, which is only the third movie in history to actually hit that. Now that it's out in China, it's going to keep on going, just keep on going higher and higher and higher. It'll most likely take over Avatar. It'll most likely retain or get to that number 1 spot and hold on to it for a while, because unless Episode 8 comes out or Rogue One comes out and it's leagues better than what it is, and let's face it, we hope it is.
Or at least on par.
I can only imagine, Disney's going to make so much money back so fast with this. They paid $4.05 billion for the entire company. Took everything from Lucas. Now you got to throw the 100-some-odd million they put for the production of it. Probably the extra
fucking paid off.
Extra $1 billion for marketing. So they'll make a profit after all of this. But give them a few more movies to actually, start making a profit total over what they've actually paid for it initially.
Oh, they'll do that before 8 comes out.
You think so?
I truly believe they will have made their money back and then some by 8.
Which kind of makes sense for the sole fact that they've already made so much money. It's still going on in theaters worldwide. And they've already announced it's going to come out on Blu-ray in April. So you're going to have a ton of people buying it then as well. Not to mention all the merchandise tie-in. Oh my God.
Merchandise is what got me. Because think about it. They already had strong ties of having Star Wars shit anyways, like the parts and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But now instead of having to cut off a slice of that pie and give it to Lucas, it's all going to them.
Yeah, true. It's going to be crazy, so it'll keep on going higher and higher. I know it's still playing in a number of theaters locally here.
I just want Phasma to come back and to not be a bitch.
Phasma's already confirmed that she's coming back.
No, but I want her to not be like, oh no, you caught me. I guess I'll do what you say.
You cannot leave here, even though I'm doing everything you say without any really big threat.
Like that movie had its faults.
No, of course, we've talked about it. It's kind of like how I look at Frozen. I absolutely adored Frozen, but I was not blind to all the numerous problems that was going on with that film. Same thing with Star Wars. What was that?
What up, Grumps McGee? Like Godfather's right there. She's about to make us an offer we can't refuse.
I'll refuse it.
She already does mumble.
Middle of the night.
Anywho. Oh, this is awesome. I get to play devil's advocate. But yeah, going back to another thing we did mention, Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah. So Fantastic Four. Let's talk about this. We unfortunately saw it opening night, and we justifiably so bashed the fuck out of it because there was there any redeeming quality of that film? I can't really think of anything that sticks out of my mind.
She's not wrong.
She's not.
But yeah, no, was it Sin?
Cinema Sins. They're a popular YouTube channel that basically creates these movies, usually about 15 to 20 minutes long, all about marking off the cliches and crap you can see in these films. They do everything from Star Wars, Kung Fu Panda, 50 Shades of Grey, which was hilarious. But their latest one, they did one for Fantastic Four. It is 18 minutes long and is like 45 different sins for it.
Yeah. I know there was at least over 140.
And the thing is, he wasn't wrong on any of these, these aspects of it. There were so many things wrong with this film from the get-go that how did it even get approved in the first place? From everything from they had needless backstory for one character but ignored the backstory for everything else. They will jump forward in time without any explanation or justification for the matter. The fact that it's technically an origin story. The movie is an hour and 39 minutes long. They finished the origin story part of it in takes it over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes. The latter 15 minutes looked like it was created by a completely different production company. Made absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. I mean, we can go on and on about it, but you guys should
It
check it out.
sucked.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. It's not.
So
I would go back. I'd rather go back and watch the Ashcan one.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, you now have a physical copy of it too, so we always have that option going back there. So if you were spared the experience of actually seeing this in theaters, and hopefully you have not picked up a copy of this movie for yourself,
watch the CinemaSins version.
just watch CinemaSins versions. You don't need to see anything else than just that. It's 18 minutes long. It covers all the problems. It's hilarious,
Yeah,
and it's
pretty much the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, it's pretty much all you need for it. Oh, what else we got here?
Rita Repulsa.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So,
dude, I remember having like the little gloves that when you went like that, it went, went like this. It yelled, "It's morphin' time!" Oh, it was amazing.
I remember fighting over my brothers for the dragon dagger that like was a little flute one of the Green Ranger used.
That.
Yeah. Me and my brothers were huge into Power Rangers when we were younger, and Lionsgate and Saban have confirmed a while ago they were working on a movie reboot of the franchise. I mean, yes, you can go into this and get into the nitty gritty of saying this is all just a rehash of stuff that was initially shown in Japan, original Sentai series. We're not going to get into that. Power Rangers, when you were like a 9-year-old child, was freaking amazing.
It blows your freaking mind.
Yeah. So
bring back Ivan Ooze. Oh wait, they are Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah. So as they're continuing with production and moving forward, they're slowly announcing who is actually playing certain characters. The latest announcement was Elizabeth Banks was tapped to play Rita Repulsa. I'm actually fine with this.
Oh yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with this.
I told you, I truly believe this is like Nicholson being the Joker. Where it's like we're gonna have the one big name, and she's gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I mean, the fact that you already know this is going to be corny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And you bring someone like Elizabeth Banks into this, knowing this, she could easily go in there and go, all right, I'm just going to ham it up the entire way through.
Well, that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, she was one of the original ones that was straight up dubbed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I cannot wait. This will be interesting.
Yeah, like I remember like growing up, like we had like the toys. I don't think we ever had like the Zords and stuff, though.
No. So, yeah, so this will be coming out sometime in 2017. We'll see what happens. We'll probably get a trailer.
Trailer by Christmas.
Be great. So, good times. What else we have down the line? Ah, yes. Let's talk about randomness with Top Gear. We already know...
They're desperate.
They're already completely desperate. Everything that's been leaked out from the existing productions of the new version of Top Gear, which is going to be hosted by Chris Evans, has turned out to be bad. They've gone through producers.
Just to make it clear, it's not Captain America. It's a different Chris Evans.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Chris Evans is a popular BBC One radio DJ. Probably not everyone here in the States knows about it, unless you're a petrol head, and then you probably already knew that. But moving forward, they announced a couple of other people to be co-hosts, and they never really stuck and didn't really get enough recognition. Out of left fucking field, though, we get this announcement that
Joey Tribbiani,
Matt LeBlanc, is going to be a co-host on the new Top Gear. So this will be the first non-Brit hosting the show in its 39-year history. Yes, he's a petrol head, but do we need to get the... You gotta imagine, a lot of the Friends diehard fans are gonna be watching at least the first episode saying, it's Joey driving cars, it's gonna be amazing. And they're gonna be sadly mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
Did they really need to go down this path? I mean, yes, they hired him on initially to...
they need to find anyone in
do that compilation series of, like, Top Gear the races.
Like I said, let's be honest, it's probably they're not... Matt LeBlanc was probably not their first choice. What it came down to was the fact that they needed something. I think for a lot of people...
They needed name recognition.
I think for a lot of people it's daunting because it's like, shit. They don't want to have to try to, like, they don't want to be the heir to that throne. Because, like, Clarkson and everyone else, like, it's just...
They're household names worldwide. They did it for so long, and it was so popular that to try to one-up that, or even try to continue that...
But do you see what I mean? They're like, some people are like, hey, you want to be on Top Gear? Yeah. Can't wait to meet, all of them. No. We want you to host. Where are they going to be? Well, they left the show because they all wanted to leave. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, no, that's... I don't know. This is going to be interesting. So, we'll find out shortly how this is going to turn out. There's going to be an announcement at a BBC program, I believe, later on this month, showcasing the new style of the program. The first episode of the new version of the show will be on air in the UK in May of 2016. Coincidentally, around the same time, you'll have the new series on Amazon Prime featuring Clarkson, Hammond, and May. So
whatever. BBC's also taking my Doctor Who from me, so...
Yeah, what the hell is with that now? As of the end of this month, there will be no legal way to actually watch Doctor Who here in the States unless you're watching a rerun on BBC America. It's off on Netflix. It'll be off on Hulu. I know BBC is trying to create a version of their iPlayer app for here in the States. But even
they said they're not going to have Doctor Who on there.
Of course, because it's a whole licensing issue. They rather not have it on their own player because they can make a boatload of money by having someone pay them for the rights to put it on there. But because no one's going to have it, what do we do at that point?
Go buy it online.
Or you can do what the normal people on the internet do. Torrent it. Pirate it.
I don't do the pirating thing. I don't know why with movies and TV shows, it's like the one thing like I won't do. Like, I will attest, like over almost 10 years ago, I did music and stuff like that.
Right.
And I used to do TV shows because there wasn't an option like Netflix.
This is true.
There was no way for me to stream it online. And then once things like that started to come about, I just kind of went the legal route.
No, I could see that. I mean, it was the same thing with me. That 5-10 years ago, I was definitely torrenting a bunch of stuff, music, movies, and whatnot. Most people were, and then slowly but surely, these companies started, coming out with official legal ways to watch this, to stream this stuff, and for a relative minuscule fee per month or per year, you can actually watch this all legally. At the beginning, me and a lot of people were like, "It's way too expensive. I can't do that." I'm now like, between Jess and I, we have Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Crunchyroll, Funimation. I'm guessing a couple others.
Do you really still need Funimation? Isn't most of it on Hulu?
Yes and no. I mean, if you wanted to watch it, I think like full HD with no commercials or whatnot, you have that option. They just released some new format or their own new app that allows you to do their streaming.
That's why I watched One Punch Man. I just watched it all on Hulu.
God, I love that series. Let me get you that Opie sweatshirt.
I think Dom needs to get that over me.
Dom definitely needs to get that, yes. But yeah, it's one of those that it's the change of mind. Like, I'm paying X amount of dollars a month, but I have legal access to all of this.
Yes. I mean, my favorite, Philip DeFranco fucking called it like 10 years ago when Netflix was first starting to come about, and he goes, look, if you give people a product legally for a reasonable price, they will pay it. But if you keep going the way you are, it's not going to work.
Yeah. And now at this point, you already have a ton of people already buying into your service.
I mean, granted, there's shady ways around it. Like, yes, you guys pay for Netflix and Hulu and Crunchyroll. I pay for Netflix, but because of you guys, I have access to Hulu and Crunchyroll.
Well, there's a lot of people like that. Netflix themselves have that whole family plan where you pay for one account and you get like 5 sub-accounts or something like that.
Well, because you already get, with the regular account, you have up to 4 sub-accounts. 2 HD,
right,
and 2 standard.
Okay.
But if you do the family, it doubles.
Oh, okay. But we have that for all the movies and TV and whatnot. On the music side, you have Spotify and a couple of
which is something I definitely have.
So I mean, it's one of those that we've already got to the mentality that we're only paying a little bit per streaming service, but we have legal access to all of this stuff. Now you start taking away said access to something that someone wants to watch. Something as near and dear to a lot of nerds' hearts, especially the length of it, like Doctor Who.
Fucking taking Doctor Who from me.
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that between now and the end of the month, someone will make an announcement that yes, we're keeping Doctor Who. Because remember,
this came up as a fear like a year or two ago.
It was, yes.
They BBC pulled like half their content off of Netflix, but I remember a lot of people, myself included, was afraid that Doctor Who was going to be leaving And then it's like, no, that's sticking around. But
Right.
like shows that I enjoyed watching, like the IT Crowd disappeared for a while.
Yep.
The show Black Books.
Yep.
A couple other ones I just can't think of off the top of my head, but Coupling, that was one of them.
Unless BBC comes out and says, yes, their latest version of the iPlayer, we've changed our mind, will actually include all these shows. It'll have Doctor Who, it'll have Sherlock, it'll have all of these things. Okay, I can understand that, but I highly doubt it, though. Why stream it yourself when you can get someone else to pay you a ton of money to do that? So, well, speaking of all the different options you can pay to see streaming content online, YouTube's getting into the mix. They've been talking about this for a while for a paid service. The name is interesting. It's called YouTube Red, which is interesting because for a while, you had that whole Red thing. Everything had Red in parentheses afterwards for, some charity.
Was Gap, and it was a bunch of Shazam had a version of Red. It was like some cancer thing.
YouTube had this huge... AIDS. Okay, YouTube had this whole thing attached in with it as well. But yeah, this has nothing to do with that, though. This is YouTube's own paid streaming service. They hit up a number of their top YouTubers, basically, and went, what original content can you create for this? We'll help you out with production values and whatnot. And so, for the initial launch of YouTube Red, which comes out, I think, in about less than a week from now, you have stuff from PewDiePie doing some new series, like try to find how to scare him using video game settings or something like that.
He made a career about being a little bitch online.
And now he's basically doing it with better production values. There's something called Dance Camp, A Trip to Unicorn Island, Rooster Teeth, their upcoming film Laser Team, which is actually currently out in theaters, will be available to stream via YouTube Red, I believe, within a week. Do we need to have something else that is charged $10 a month for stuff like this? Considering people go to YouTube...
Some people are that upset about ads.
Yeah. I mean, there's other aspects of the YouTube Red, too. Aside from no ads, you can download some content to watch it offline. Now, does that mean you can download it and have it wherever you want on your own server? No. That just basically means you have a set amount of items that you can temporarily download and cache on your device offline. Like if you're going to go on a long trip or something like that.
That's what I assumed it was. It's kind of like how Spotify has their available offline mode.
That's true. You can only do a certain amount of like tracks or albums. Or something
you're
like
only allowed 3 playlists or 5 playlists, something like that. You can have them as big as you want, though.
Oh, okay. That's not
like
that
I have one playlist that's like over 100 songs.
Champagne and Shame.
Not that big yet. Champagne and Shame, I believe, is only sitting in like the 40s. I need to go through and trim the fat.
Okay.
Because I like a lot of the songs on there, but let's be honest, not all of it needs to be on there.
Yeah. Now, there's already a ton of people out there who are already against this. For the other aspect of YouTube Red is a lot of the content that's actually currently available that was originated from other countries, namely Japan, Korea, China. You won't be able to see it anymore once YouTube Red kicks in, because they'll basically turn around and say, if you want to watch this, these people need to join YouTube Red so we have an official way of actually viewing this content here in the States. So essentially, they're going to hold some of your content hostage. A lot of, for example, a lot of Vocaloid fans are very upset with this because the possibility of all these people who create content using Vocaloid software.
Yeah, so how pissed are you going to be? You actually watch a lot of the stuff from Japan.
I do, and I'll be curious to see what actually happens. If a number of the content creators that I follow all of a sudden are behind a paywall, well, shit, what am I going to do at that point? Now, there will be people out there who will basically just say, this fucking sucks, but screw it, I'll go ahead and just buy into this anyway so I can watch it. But then again, there'll be a lot of people elsewhere going, no, I'm just going to pirate it.
Are there alternatives?
We don't know
like
yet.
Vimeo.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Vimeo may have something similar in the near future. Ustream, which is live streaming, is kind of go the way of the dodo pretty soon because they were recently bought by IBM. YouTube Live is still having a lot of problems. Same with Facebook Live. I don't know. It's getting harder and harder to find some of the content out there.
Dude, YouTube's going through some, I would say, growing pains, if you even want to call it that. I mean, there's YouTube Red, and we're curious to see how that's going to play out.
Right.
There was the issue where the X-Men animated shorts got kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Even though the guy's like, no, I'm not here to make money. Like, I'm not going to have ads. It's not for me. It's just it's a fan project I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he got fucking booted. And then it's one of the things I know we had talked about possibly mentioning, and it's the Fine Bros.
Yeah.
And, you know, the public bitch slapping they got.
Oh, man. I laughed so hard at this. So, all within the span of a few days, it happened this last week. The Fine Bros, most notably known online on YouTube for all their React videos. Kids react, elders react, all this stuff. YouTubers react. They wanted to find a way to get out there and try to get more people involved with their sites, with their content. So they wanted to create this thing called YouTube or React World, and where, like, say if you're in New Zealand and you wanted to create New Zealanders react, you could actually go through the Fine Brothers and hypothetically use their content, their copyrighted imagery and whatnot, and their format that they're so heavily trying to protect.
But see, on top of that, one of their biggest videos or sets of videos is called YouTubers React.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the fact that we looked it up and saw that because of this they lost like over 3 million viewers or subscribers.
It was like 2 million subscribers. So basically,
okay. But even on top of that, the fact that one of their biggest bread and butter sets of videos is called YouTubers React. Mm-hmm. How many other YouTubers are going to be backing out now? Like, we can't really associate with you because we don't need any of the splashback.
Yeah.
Which that means their whole channel, their whole thing is going to take a huge fucking hit.
Well, the whole problem is this. They basically went, okay, so we want to trademark our React videos. If you want to go through us, we'll help you with some content. You provide the rest of the content. We'll post it on our website, and we'll do revenue share for it, so we get a cut of your profits. Okay, fine, whatever. The problem is when they hit the trademark, that leaves them the possibility of going out there and actually anybody who throws out a React video online. And let's be clear, the Fine Brothers are far from the first people who ever created a reaction video and posted on YouTube. Oh, not by far. They may be one of the biggest, but they are definitely not the first. They would basically have the power to go out there and say, this thing is too close to our format or our content, so therefore we're gonna block your video worldwide. If you have too many of these strikes, we're gonna cancel your account, stuff like that. And the internet reacted
like the
internet. They went off them so fast. Like, I think within the first
24 hours,
less than 24 hours, probably like 12 hours, they lost like 115,000 subscribers, and it kept them going down lower and lower and lower. They lost something like 2 million, a little over 2 million subscribers in this time frame, because when they made the announcement, they were expecting this to be a huge thing. People would go, "This is amazing! We can all jump in on this. It'll be fantastic."
90% of it got misconstrued.
Yeah, so they created and sent out their, ironically enough, their own React video to the backlash, basically trying to explain, we are not here to try to shut down your content. We're here to protect our content. Meanwhile, while they're doing that, they're actually shutting down a bunch of other people's React videos at the same time. They lost even more people from that. And then less than, I think, 48 hours later, they came out with a message, not a video, but a message on Medium stating, we're going to pull our trademark applications, we're going to pull or shut down React World, we're going to go back to what we do. But if you read the message, they were never really apologetic. Like, we're sorry we caused this problem. It was mainly, we're sorry that
we got caught.
No, more so like, we're sorry that you didn't understand what we wanted to do. I'm sorry, what? When your content is basically all about using copyrighted trademark content from other people, say Netflix or other YouTubers or major corporations that create something out there, you're essentially, hey guys, I'm gonna throw a camera at your face. We're gonna throw this copyrighted content over here in the corner. You're gonna react to it, and we're gonna record that, and that we're gonna make sure we can make money off of. Doesn't the person who had the original content get a piece of that or something like that? And yet they were shutting down people for their own React videos as well. We've actually, I've considered actually doing react videos for this channel, and it's not worth it at this point. There are some other things I would like to try.
We've done that once or twice, like mid-video.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started doing this, like, wait, you've never seen this?
Yeah, and I just pull it up.
You pull it up and start watching, because I've noticed myself going like this, just watching him and going, yeah, I look like a jackass. And just losing my shit because I was drunk watching something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it wrong that I kind of wish I was drunk when I discovered the Crypt Keeper rap?
No, not at all.
Oh my god, it's
not
the most
wrong
glorious
at all.
90s thing ever.
I had to link that in the comments because that thing was just freaking hilarious.
Because of the internet, I discovered something amazing.
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt. If you don't remember it, you're probably too young and not worthy of knowing what this is. But there was a video that is a rap, one of the raps, involving the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt, and it's called the Crypt Jam.
Mm-hmm.
It's possibly one of the most 90s things I've ever seen in my life.
Every 90s trope you can think
And
of.
it is amazing.
Oh, man. Maybe we'll do a react video to that.
I feel like we've gone too far, though, unless we bring in other people.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Like, I feel like we'd have to bring other people and be like, yo, watch this.
I'm fine with that.
Like, it's the whole point of a react thing. It's like their first
reaction. And you and I have seen a lot of what's out there on the internet, so.
You know what I mean? Like, if we did, like, Jess or Dom or someone else.
Oh, God, that'd be hilarious. So yeah, Fine Brothers tried to basically trademark the word react, and the internet pounded them for it. I understood what they were trying to do. If you were making, if you're getting popularity and profitability off of your product or service, you want to protect said product or service. But when it's something as generic as a reaction video, I'm sorry, you can't do anything about that. Just do your best to make sure you're the best out there.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be the very best that no one ever was. You know?
So on that point, I think we have to bring up Detective Pikachu.
What the hell was this?
Oh, it looks amazing.
I need to find this game.
Now, it's only for the 3DS, yes?
I believe so. So,
I think the greatest thing they did was give Pikachu a voice.
Yes. So, Pikachu is basically a detective.
He's got a little Deerstalker Sherlock Holmes hat.
He does. And the thing is, only one person in the world apparently understands him. Everyone else only hears Pika Pika.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, some of the videos we've seen so far, Pikachu's trying to talk to random people on the street, trying to get clues about, this case he's working on. But they keep on passing him by because all they hear from him is Pika Pika Pikachu.
Oh, man.
There's only one little kid.
That's either amazing or worse.
Yeah, there's only one little kid named Tim Goodman who can understand him. And the only reason he's in the city, because, surprise, surprise, he's looking for his father who mysteriously disappeared
That's it.
2
It's been
months
decided.
before.
Well, the internet's already decided Pikachu needs to be voiced by Danny DeVito.
Yes, because...
Tim Goodman should be voiced by John Goodman.
When... Well, because in the original game, the Japanese voice acting for the anime has always been this high-pitched squeak.
Well, because it's always been, that high-pitched girl, Pika 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 Pikachu. Like, that's all it fucking says.
Right.
But this, they're giving it like a deep man voice.
It's like, oi, I need some help with this, and all you hear is Pika Pika. I'm like, did he take some steroids or? Oh yeah. So there's already this bunch of people online basically saying Danny DeVito needs to voice this character if there ever is an English release of this.
No,
there needs to be.
No, Captain Picard. Captain Picard needs to do the voice of Pikachu.
Patrick Stewart?
You can't tell me you wouldn't watch that. Jess, would you watch that? If Patrick Stewart did the voice of Pikachu? Goddamn right.
Oh, man. Okay, so in any case, I need to get a copy of this game so we can play this. Because this just looks too ridiculous to pass up. The full title of the game is Great Detective Pikachu, The Bird of a New Duo. I cannot wait to find this. You can find plenty of videos online already. Check Kotaku, check Polygon, check anywhere on YouTube. You'll find these things. Enjoy it, laugh at it. Make
Any source of video game information, they've definitely talked about it at least once.
Oh yeah, it's fucking hilarious. So go check that out. It is hilarious, to say the least. That's basically it right now.
I mean, it's feel like it's kind of a cop out, but I feel like we should. I know we normally do our big, cheers internet.
Yeah,
I feel like we should definitely mention Joe Olasky. Olasky, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Olasky, yeah.
Famous voice actor Joe Olasky. He's a voice actor who did a lot of really cool stuff for Warner Brothers. Most notably, he was Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
He took over after Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
Mel Blanc. He also did a bunch of Nickelodeon cartoons, especially in Rugrats. He did a number of impersonations that he was like one of the best at, according to other people out there. He did all of this, and if you've ever watched a cartoon, then probably in the past 20 years, 15, 20 years.
You've probably seen his work.
Yeah.
And just didn't
You've heard his
it.
voice, and you're like, that's...
The main reason why I bring this up is because he passed away at the age of 63, I think it was.
63.
At least the article said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not young, but at the same time, that's not that old.
Yeah.
I mean, would we call him a legend?
I would, actually. Given his amount of work, it's one of those that... The problem with voice acting as a whole is that only very few people...
Make a career of it?
Well, no, a lot of people make a career out of it, but very few people get the public spotlight for it.
Nah.
Now, I mean, you can go to conventions and you'll find, like, these certain people who make
John
voice acting.
DiMaggio's.
Yeah, John DiMaggio, Collie Bear, a number of people who actually make it as a living. And they have a small but lovable fan base.
We lost a voice acting icon then.
Let's put it that way. I like that. Yeah.
It's very sad. So.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Peace.